Okay, so if you're building anything with AI right now, you know how incredibly powerful it is. But you've probably also run into that massive headache when it's time to actually manage it or, debug it when things go wrong. Well, we're going to break down a really crucial concept that solves this problem, AI observability. Think of it as the toolkit you absolutely need to build better, more reliable AI systems.
In this quote, man, just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? When things go haywire with your AI, not having any visibility into what's going on inside feels like you're just flying blind. And that is the exact problem that AI observability is designed to fix.
So, why is this stuff so hard? Well, for most of us, AI kind of operates like this black box. It's this mysterious, super powerful thing that spits out these amazing results until suddenly it doesn't. Its internal logic is often completely hidden from us, which makes it powerful, for sure, but also incredibly unpredictable.
And that leads to the question that probably keeps a lot of developers up at night. You put a prompt in, an output comes out, but what on earth is happening on the inside? You can design the perfect prompt, you test it, and it works great. But then, in production, it gives you a totally bizarre, unexpected output. And without a way to see what's happening between that input and output, you're pretty much just guessing.
All right, so how do we crack open that box? How do we finally get the visibility that we so desperately need? Well, the key is this thing called AI observability. And honestly, it's a concept that is totally changing the game for how teams build and manage their AI applications.
So what is AI observability really? Well, it's not just one single thing. It's more like a complete toolkit. We're talking about logs to record what happened, traces to follow the entire journey of a single request, metrics to measure performance like speed and cost, and evaluations to actually judge the quality of the output. It's a truly comprehensive way of looking at your system.
Okay, so when we say observing the system, what are we actually looking at? It really boils down to the three main building blocks of most modern AI applications. We're observing the prompts we send in, the external tools the AI might use, like calling an API, and the behavior of these autonomous agents that are stringing multiple steps together.
Okay, so we get the what, but how does all this stuff actually work, under the hood? It's actually surprisingly straightforward once you break it down. So let's take a look at the mechanics of a good observability system.
Really, at its heart, it's a super elegant two-step process. First, you capture everything, and I mean everything, every prompt, every output, every tool call, even the cost and how long it took. Then, and this is the magic part, you correlate it all. Every single one of those data points gets linked back to one single unique request ID. This is what lets you see the complete end-to-end story of every single interaction with your AI. This all sounds great in theory, right? But what's the actual payoff? Why should your team even care about this? This is where it gets really practical, moving from a cool tech concept to something that really builds your team's capabilities. I mean, this is the bottom line question for any team thinking about a new tool or a new practice, right? What's the actual value here? Well, the value of AI observability really comes down to three huge, super practical benefits that tackle the biggest headaches in AI development head-on. First up, and this is a big one for any developer out there, debugging failures fast. When your AI gives you a bad output or just throws an error, you can't afford to spend hours or even days hunting for the cause. With a full trace of that request, you can pinpoint the exact step where things went wrong and fix it in minutes.
Number 2, catching regressions before they become a nightmare. So let's say you update a model or you just tweak a core prompt. Did that change actually improve performance across the board? Or did you just accidentally break something for a whole other group of users? Observability and evaluations let you see that impact immediately, long before your users start complaining. And third, something your finance team or your project manager will absolutely love, getting your cloud spend under control. Every single API call, every token that gets generated, it costs real money. And without visibility, it is so easy for that cloud bill to just spiral out of control. Observability gives you a detailed breakdown of where every single dollar is going, so you can actually optimize for cost and efficiency.
So when you pull all of this together, what you're really looking at is a total transformation of how you even interact with your AI system. We started this whole conversation with that frustrating, mysterious black box.
And with observability, bam! You've turned it into this clear, understandable dashboard. What was totally opaque is now transparent. What felt like a roll of the dice every time is now controlled. And what was, frankly, a risky bet becomes a system that you can actually consistently and reliably improve. That is the ultimate payoff.
So, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your AI applications are these complex, powerful systems that are doing way more than just generating simple text. They're making decisions, they're using tools, they're interacting with the world. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, are you truly observing them?